You see, the problem here is very simple. It is the resurgence of Hindu and Hinduism on a global stage. And what you see, all this tamasha, all these dramas enacted, paid by a lot of lobbies and a lot of countries, which include China, Pakistan, and other hostile countries, which want to, diminish Hinduism as such. Look, I'll give you an example. If you look at Sri Narendra Modi ji, he is the number one global leader, number one, two, three. Look at any survey. In top three, there is Narendra Modi. Top CEOs, Suren Sundar Pichai and others, Satya Nadella, top CEOs are Indians. Now, even in the politics, you have Rishi Sunak and you have a lot of people who are American Indians who have now entered Republican and Democratic Party, where they have been on news a couple of days back. Now, the resurgence of Hindu actors like Narendra Modi, Sundar Pichai, and in the politics. So you are dominating the world state, you are dominating local politics, and you are dominating economics. And then with your vaccine diplomacy, when you say Vasudevam Kutumbakam, when you say Sarve Santu Niramaya, and you are not trying to make trillions out of vaccine, you are not trying to use vaccine as a diplomatic tool, you are not trying to fleece the world by your vaccine, and you are sending HCQ to 170 countries, you are sending millions of doses of vaccine to everywhere across the world. The resurgence of Hindu, number third military power, number third economic power, number third economy by GDP, right, by PPP, and number three by PPP, number five by GDP, number one in Solar Alliance, weapons exporter. So this resurgence of Hindu and Hinduism, and adding to it, the Indian diaspora, the Hindu diaspora, which is in 150 countries, and they bring, they bring all the fame to those countries.
Right.
They are real contributors of the economy. So what do? From this, there is no way you can go and attack 1.5 billion Hindus. So what do? Somebody has thought of a very careful ploy.
Right.
Go and dismantle the source code, attack the source code, attack the root. Say Hindu phobia. If you do it and if you are successful in doing it, no, they will not be. So from Narendra Modi to a Sundar Pichai to a Rit Mehta to anybody and all the Hindus across the world, you paint them black. It will be a master stroke if you can get it done. But the problem is, nobody has been able to dismantle Sanatan for 1,000 years. For 1,000 years invaders have been coming. If they could not do it for 1,000 years, if these people think they can do it, they are hallucinating. Let them try. We will fight them tooth and nail. But I want to ask University of Toronto one question. If anything happens to a Canadian Hindu, a student, a teacher, a staff member, or anybody, will you take the responsibility? Where is Justin Trudeau? He wanted to mingle in the farmer protest. He was very near to the Indian farmer. But what it is happening in his government university and by taxpayers' money, why is he silent? Why is this hypocrisy? Where are Malik? Where is Mia Khalifa? Where is Harris? Where is Greta Thunberg?
Absolutely.
And where is Malaya Yousafzai? All of them are disappeared because you want to attack Hindus and you want to bring us down. You want to deny us the rightful chance and the rightful privileges we demand and we deserve at the world stage.
Right.
It's a concerted international attempt, Pankaj, and it is paid. Let's not have any illusions. It's happening on its own.
True, it's happening on its own. And also, Pathikrit, now what Sumit mentions is something which is very transparent, I would say. There have been voices position with Hinduism. Is that some sort of semblance there?
I think, you see, Pankaj, the thing is that why this has started happening now. If you go back 7 or 10 years, there were no seminars like this happened. There were no universities talking about it. Why now? The answer is there. Because when your foreign exchange reserves are at $700 billion, when you economically are rising at a global stage, you are rising, and our Prime Minister Modi is not shying away from saying, I am a devout Hindu. He wears religion on his sleeve, and rightfully so. He goes to Kashi Vishwanath, he does his puja, he goes to Kedarnath, and he is not shying away from that. None of us are shying away from saying we are proud Hindus and Sanatanis. Now, what is the brilliance of Sanatan? Has Sanatanis ever done a crusade or a renaissance? No. Have we killed anybody in the name of religion? No. Is there anywhere written in a book that you cut somebody's hand and you will get heaven? No. And the most important thing is whichever country we go, we are the ace contributors there. Look at New Zealand. You talked about New Zealand. 3% of the population, Hindu population, controls 10% of the GDP. That is what Hindu community does. When these things are emerging, a lot of powers in the world are getting paranoid. And Pankaj, never forget, we are a 24,000-year-old civilization. Now it is scientifically proven. Look at Varanasi, written history of 3,500 years. Which other state does have that? We have survived 1,000 years of Islamic onslaught. Not only that, the most important point is look at any of our holy books. We do not mention the word Hindu. Hindu नाम का शब्द कहीं लिखा ही नहीं है पंकज जी. It is always written Manav. All our teachings are to humanity. Even the Honorable Supreme Court of India says Hinduism is a way of life. It's not a religion. We are the only way of life which talk from economy to ecology. We talk of such 360-degree spectrum. The problem is today Abrahamic faiths are 1400 years old only, and Hinduism is proving to be a very sustainable way of life because we balance between dharma and karma. If in the world people understand the difference of the balance of dharma and karma, a lot of problems will end. Then the jihadis like Taliban will not exist. So when we are paving a new way to the world, when we are standing by Vasudevam Kutumbakam, when we are standing by Sarve Santu Niramaya, and we are proving it at the world stage, दुनिया के पटल पे इसको सिद्ध करते हैं, lot of people are getting paranoid. They see, is this Hindus, are they covering or are they dominating the world stage? So what to do? Attack their root. So there is nothing called, there was a word called Hindu terror. How many Hindu terrorists are there? How many Rome Proof attacks have been done? How many Hindus across the world have been hanged for a terrorist activity? None. How many RPGs, how many Kalashnikovs have been found with Hindus? None. Where are Hindu training camps? None. So when you are a peace prevailing and a contributors, a lot of people in the world are not happy with you. The emergence of India under Modi is what Lord cannot digest. When we stand up to people like China and unki औकात दिखा देते हैं गलवान में, lot of people do not want us to do that. So think of a master stroke. Master stroke is attack Hindutva. From Modi to across 1.5 billion Hindus, you paint everybody black in one stroke. And there's no need to fight a 1.5 billion people because you cannot win. And these hypocrites are silent over the ICG. You know what is ICG? Not International Court of Justice. ICG is International Consortium of Jihad, which I call Taliban. When 20 jihadi groups together, they sell women. And I have even read somewhere they are into necrophilia. I don't know how far it's true or not. But they sell women, they are into sex slavery, they do opium, they sell opium, they smuggle arms, they do everything. And the messiahs of Islam like Imran Khan, Niazi, when people reach his border, they say, sir, let us in, otherwise we'll be massacred, our girls will be taken away and they'll be sold possibly to the brothels of Amsterdam. What does Niazi do? He closes the gates. Nobody criticizes them, nobody calls them Islamophobic. And same Niazi Pankaj, when there's a problem between Greece and Turkey, he intervenes. Armenia, Azerbaijan, he intervenes. When there's a problem of beheading in France, Niazi and Qureshi want to intervene. But when it comes to saving millions of Muslims who are on your doorstep, you close your eyes because it doesn't make you money. And instantly, all these hypocrites don't know where is Xinjiang. They don't know who are Uyghurs. Nothing is happening with Uyghurs. Uyghurs are nowhere. They live in Mars. That is their history. That is their hypocrisy. And let them be sure if something has survived 24,000 years, try as hard you can. Bring what you have got. But you will never ever succeed.
Right. Sumit, absolutely.
You know, and we invented the medicine. So a lot of things which are happening in science, technology, and for human development, we invented in India. We had archaeology, we had biology, and all way back, centuries back. But the problem here has been for last 70 years, there were sections and groups where it was outsourced to. I would not want to bring them in right now, but you know what 3 groups we have mentioned, everything was outsourced to them. Our history has been garbled, our heritage and our culture has been diminished under a plan. Now what has changed in last 7 years? It was all going, they were very international powers were very fine and okay with this, they were going okay, sab kuch theek chal raha. But the problem is emergence of Modi, and through Modi the emergence of India at the global stage is irking a lot of people. Why suddenly these universities are organizing these festivals or fairs or whatever you call them? I call them the tamasha. And why are they sponsoring them? Who is paying the money? Where does the money come from? Don't we know there are people like George Soros? Don't we know there are people like Ghulam Nabi Fai? Don't we know there are Chinese communist parties? Active lobbyists which work in America? Don't we know GHQ? GHQ Rawalpindi is quite active with its lobby firms. So this all is done to put India down, to put my country down. So the onus is on you, me, everybody, millions of people watching this show, and any and every Indian. Your passport may be American, Canadian, I don't care. But as long as you're an Indian and you're from Hindu origin, it is your right and duty to fight it out. Go to your social media, go to whichever handle you are and protest and tell them Black lives matter, good, brown lives matter, good. But Hindu lives also matter. We are the most peaceful community And Sanatana has lived for 24,000 years. Try as hard you can. You can create gas balloons, but they do not create impact. We have survived, we will survive, and we will keep on surviving.
Right.
Try what you can.
Sumit Pathikrit, thank you so much for this very emotive participation in